Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to week 5 of the Love for the Game Fantasy Football League, where the competition is heating up and every point counts. As teams scramble to solidify their playoff aspirations, we're set for an electrifying week of matchups that could redefine the landscape of our league. We have an intriguing clashes on tap, including Bird Abides taking on Gritty Fly in what promises to be an action packed showdown. Meanwhile, undefeated Titans like Mahomes will face off against injury prone in a battle that has implications for top tier standings. Will they maintain their pristine records? Also, keep an eye on the golf team versus CD, as both teams via for crew or vie via whatever you want to say for crucial momentum, or Red Pen the secret redemption against Njoku's on you after their first encounter. So buckle up, Fantasy Glory waits for the players across our rosters to look shine brightly this week. Well, buckle up for this riveting recap. The Njoku's on you managed a staggering 62.30 points, placing them a glorious 12th in the league. Truly an achievement worthy of applause. Meanwhile, their opponent, injury prone, waltzed away with a jaw dropping 154.69 points in the top rank for the week. Because why wouldn't they? With luck being about as present as clear skies during a monsoon, it's no surprise that they've had to watch from the sidelines while injury prone cruised by at a full speed. Now, sitting at a dismissal 1-3 record, the Njoku might want to reconsider their strategy or just hope for better days ahead. But it's going to be exciting. If they do figure it out, it's going to be an exciting season that they'll turn out to be. In a thrilling Week 5 clash, Take Me Home's triumphed over Brockhard with the score of 132.98 to 118.69, marking their first meeting in this competitive season. Despite a respectable performance from Brockhard, ranking 9th in points for the team for the week, the luck for them was notably lacking, resulting in negative value that hampered with their chances. But meanwhile, with Mahomes, they continued their unbeaten streak at 4-0, solidifying their position as the league leader with an impressive record. Both teams via for playoff positions. Uh, Brockhard sits comfortably at third place with a strong 3-1 record, but will need to improve its luck factor moving forward if they hope to claim victory against formidable opponents like Mahomes in the future. In a disappointing clash, Goff faced another tough loss against Gritty Fly, scoring only 99.42 points to their opponent's dominant 150.88. Yet again, Goff finds himself languishing near the bottom of the standings with a 1-3 record and ranking dead last in overall points scored this season. Luck seems to have been escaping them this entirety as they suffered for some bad breaks, while their opponents thrived on the fortune for it. Historically, Goff has struggled against Gritty Fly, now sitting at a 1-4 record in their all-time matchups. This week was not just about another game. It reinforced the unfortunate trend that leaves fans questioning if things will ever turn around for this beleaguered team. In this fierce clash, Tootin edged out Caleb Williams' fan with a score of 144.61 to 137.68 in Week 5 of the Love for the Game League. Both teams are locked at a shaky 2-2 record, but the numbers tell a story. Caleb's well crafted strategy fell short despite ranking fifth in points this week. Meanwhile, Tootin's luck tilted heavily in their favor as they secured their third place for optimal coaching. Historically, it wasn't just another game. Previously facing out this season yielded the same bitter result for Caleb Williams. This battle may not have been game of the week, but it surely left its mark on the standings and pride alike as both squads fight for survival in this unpredictable season ahead. In a competitive showdown, Game Over for You emerged victorious over Bird Abides with a decisive score of 135.65 to 109.58. This win places Game Over for You sixth in points unscored this week, while Bird Abides ranks near 10th. Notably, though, Game Over for You demonstrated strategic prowess with a strong coach rank of second and benefited from considerable luck during the matchup. Both teams now evenly are 2-2 for the season, yet it seems like their records would tell a different story. Um, Historically, though, Game Over for You has dominated this rivalry, winning 4 out of the last 5 matchups against Bird Vides. As they continue through Week 5 of Love for the Game League, both teams will look to secure crucial or critical wins moving forward. And last but not least, a little father versus son matchup. In a grand display of gridiron gallantry, the Red Panda team, touchdown Packers, whatever you want to call them, triumphed over CDTDs with a score of 153.37 to 130.14 in this week's Fantasy Fracas. Luck smiling upon Red Panda got the win over their dad. The victory secures the second highest points rank this week, while their opponents languished in eighth, despite fielding an optimal lineup as ranked by the coaches. This marked the inaugural clash between these two teams, leaving Touchdown Packers victorious and establishing an early head-to-head lead. Now, CDTDs seeks to reprieve from their winless plight at 0-4 for the season. Like Red Pandas breathes life into their campaign, which a much needed victory amidst turbulent times on the leaderboard. Will fortune favor against them next week? Time will tell. Will CD get his first win next week? Again, time will tell. Next is This Week in Love for the Game History. So this week in history, Game Over for You set the record for the most matchup points above the average, which in week 5 of the 2021 season. He set that record with an average of 71.16, and as you can see below, he took on Garlic Toaster Oven Set that week. Now the league average, okay, that's about points scored, to take all the points divided by the teams, and you get the league average. He dominated that, as you can see, 71.16%. He dropped a 200 game, which is rare in our league. And his point share was ranked tops. His coach score, well, this one is the kicker here. His coach score was ranked 5th with a 91 score, which just means that there could have been more, there is more people on his bench for that week that if you would have threw them in the lineup, the coach score would get up and he'd get more points. So that one baffles me a little bit. But this has been This Week in League History. Welcome to the Week 5 preview. This week in Love for the Game League, we have a titanic showdown as the undefeated juggernaut in Mahomes squares off against the injury-prone, the formidable team. With both teams boasting impressive scoring records, 516.36 points for Mahomes and 508.70 for injury prone. Okay, their anticipation is electric. Now, Mahomes is riding high with a flawless 4-0 record, while injury prone just sits behind them also at 4-0. But these Clash of Titans promises some fireworks, especially as they face each other for the first time ever in league history. Now, that begs the question: will Mahomes prove that the winning streak is no fluke, or will injury prone unleash the inner gladiators to topple the undefeated? It's not just a game, it's an epic battle for supremacy. Get ready for an action packed showdown that could define this season. Okay, let's take a look at the games for this week. First matchup, we have the 2-2 Bird of Bites taking on the 2-2 Gritty Fly. All-time matchup actually favors Bird of Bites with a 3-1 record. Meanwhile, Gritty Fly is 1-3 with the loss of 2 in a row. Their last matchup favored Bird of Bites 132.05 to 112.41. So this one is promising to be a tough matchup here. But if I had to go with the pick, I'd give the edge slightly. I would think a 3-point win, in my opinion, to Bird Abides. Okay. Next is the 3-1 Brock Hart team versus the 2-2 Caleb Williams fan. Now they have faced off in the past, and it's been high scoring for Caleb Williams fan. They did win that matchup, 154.96 to 112.72. But this year could be different. Now, Caleb Williams fan is scoring a ton of points, but Brock Hart this year is scoring a ton of points. So this matchup, while the record's a different story, it's going to be some fireworks. But this week, if I had to pick a winner, give me Brock Hart in this epic clash. Okay, and then for the first time ever, we got the Mahomes. We got injury prone, both four and okay, and both facing for the first time ever. So this is going to be awesome. This is going to be an action packed game of the week. It's going to be good. Um, Now, if I had to pick who would win this matchup, now for me, I have bet on Mahomes all this season, and it's worked out for me. Injury prone, injury prone has gotten a lot of luck. Okay, this season a lot of luck. You know, like his team. If you look at his team, is has a lot of injury prone players on it, which just makes it funny. So, and the luck that has come with that has been tremendous. But I don't think that's going to happen this time. I bet on Mahomes. I'm still going to continue to bet on Mahomes. So in this matchup of undefeated Titans, give me Mahomes. All right. Next matchup, we have the 1-3 Goff team taking on the 0-4 CDTDs. Um, both records are 2-2 uh, against each other. Um, the last matchup, Goff team was really good last year, one of the best teams last year, and was destroying people, and was scoring a lot of points. As you can see here, they won 141.80 to 99.52. This year is a different story. This year, it's just the luck. From what I've seen, the luck's not on either of their sides. CD has drafted a good team. Like you could look on paper and be like, "Wow, this team should be like 3-1," but they're not. They're 0-4. Goff's team, where it's like, "Oh, hey, this should be 2-2," but they're not. They're 1-3. So little. It all depends on who you face. But in this week, if I had to pick a person, I think I'm going with CDTDs. They haven't gotten a win yet. Cheering for them to get their first win. Uh, what I will say though, it will be close. I think this is the week that both of their lucks turn around, and it's going to be one of the highest scoring matchups on this week. That's what I think is going to happen. Okay, and then next matchup here, we got the 1-3 Red Panda team, or touchdown Pandas or touchdown Packers, taking on the Jokus on you at 1-3 as well. Now, these two teams have never faced before. Okay, um, so but um, for touchdown Packers over at Panda, we did have a person take over. Uh, Never faced before. They did pick up a win last week. Meanwhile, Njoku's on you is on a 2 game win streak. Um, but anything can change. Anything can change for this clash of matchups. Okay, touchdown Packers did get their win against their dad, so they're riding in the momentum coming in here. Njoku's on you just had a bad game with his lineup, all like basically good players, just had a bad game. So the odds of that happening again are very slim. But also, um, he usually averages about 120 something points a game. Now, touchdown Packers, yeah, they dropped their best game of the season with 150. But I think they were also dropped to 120 points a game, 119 points a game, depending on the guys. Um, but if I had to pick a matchup against this one, I think the Joku's on you. It's going to turn around this week after posting up a bad game. It's going to get back on track and get the win this week. And last, but certainly not the least, a rivalry over the years gone by. Game over for you at 2-2, taking on Evan Tootin at 2-2 as well. Both are coming off wins. Tootin's on a win streak at 2 wins right now. And game over for you just won last week. Game Over for You has dominated the series all time. It's been close. Sometimes it's been close, sometimes it's been a blowout. But Game Over for You posted an impressive 5-1 record against Teuton, with their last matchup being 125.59 to 118.75. Teuton scored a lot last week. Game Over for You, it seemed like it was another day in the park where he could have scored more points. Okay, upside is there, but we've now just seen Teuton's upside that he could put up a ton of points when he wants to. But if I had to pick, okay, if I had to pick, taking a look at the teams, like if I had to pick, I think I find myself going for Game Over for You. Okay, I just like I said, it's been dominant. He scored 130 plus points a few games. All right, Teuton has had the injuries, but is bounced back really good. Which this game for me would be my almost upset week. Okay, where I think Teuton could pull off the upset against Game Over for You, but only time will tell. We'll have to wait for this week to find out that matchup. And lastly, we got our power rankings here. Now there have been some changes to this week, but Game Over for You still sitting the top at 2-2. They're still dominant. Points tell a different story here, um, but they could easily drop 150 if they wanted to. But injury prone has overtaken Mahomes here for the 2 spot. Injury prone still sitting at 4-0. Mahomes at 3 sitting at 4-0 as well. Um, Gritty Fly still stays in the 4th spot. Yes, they're 2-2, but their coaching tells a different story. Their points tell a different story. Brock Hard still at 5, 3-1. Again, points tell a different story. Coaching tells a different story here. Bird Abides still in the 6th spot here, sitting at 2-2 as well. Next is Caleb Williams Fan at 7th spot, which has gone up 1 from where he was last week at 8. Teuton, this week's big jumper, jumped up 3 spots from 11 to the 8th seed here. They are 2-2. Um, Still like on that win streak, so that does help. Next CDTDs, despite the loss, and their 0-4 did jump up a spot to +1. Um, then Najoku's on You at the 10th spot. They are 1-3, dropped 3 spots here. Then the golf theme team dropped 2 spots to the number 11th. And then at 1-3 as well. Then you got the Red Pandas also sitting at 1-3, still at the 12th spot. But with new management happening, that could change their record, or their power ranking could change as well. But that's it. That's all I got for today. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Um, to everyone here, good luck this week. May the odds ever be in your favor. And we will see you back next week. Bye bye.